Aye, boom. Today I'm going to be turning my own voice into something like this. And this is my first time I've ever attempted something like this, so please don't judge me too hard. Probably noticed in a lot of songs recently that there's a lot of children's choir kind of samples. For example, in OFB's newest song, Can't Be Us. But before we get into the cook-up, if you could please smash the like button for me and help me hit 500 likes in this video. Check that like button right now, and if it's not a 500, man, please hit it. And if you're new around here, make sure you hit the subscribe button for new content every Tuesday and Friday. Alright, let's get into this. As you can see, we do already have the melody done, but listen, I'm going to break down the entire process of how I made the melody, and then I'm going to cook up and add some drums at the very end. Alright, before adding my own actual vocals to this, I didn't want to start with my own vocals because I am so tone deaf. But I kind of wanted some starter to be able to hear some kind of like scale in my head. So I went into Xband and got this pad. We actually originally started in B minor, and I laid a chord progression just like this, your very standard. After this, I kind of wanted to layer some piano on top of it, just so I could hear like a little something extra melody wise, so I could get some like notes in my head for actually trying to sing to it. Except I added a couple little extra like steps in it. I know where, please work. It was time for the vocals. First off, I literally went into Notepad and just started typing loads of random things that I thought I could say in some kind of like choir voice, you know what I mean? Alright, now for the time that you've all been waiting for. My amazing, God-given talent that is singing. They say it's safe, I know you're gonna... Look, I can't even remember what these lyrics are. They say you're safe, I know you're gonna run through the flames and the fire and the sun. They say you're safe, I know you're gonna run. Oh my god, I can't do this, man. I hear myself as well when I'm doing this, hang on. They through the flames and the fire and the sun. Bring the crown, bring the crown, bring the crown. Oh my god, this is gonna be so ridiculous. Damn, why won't this... Oh my god. Okay, so as you can hear, this is absolutely horrendous. So after about 10 to 15 takes, as you can see over here, there is so many takes of me trying to record this stuff. I took about 5 or 6 takes and laid them together, and I wanted to pitch them up so then it wouldn't actually sound like me. Also, bear with me because this process might not be the kind of process on how you actually do this with vocals. This is my first time I've ever tried doing it. This is just me using whatever knowledge I have of FL Studio to try and transform this into this. So engineers out there that are probably watching this definitely want to like break their screen right now. I do apologize, but listen, I will get better. So I pitched all the vocals up 5, and then they started to sound like this.
They say you're safe, I know you're gonna run through the flames and the fire and the sun. Crown, bring the crown, bring the crown.
I made a few of them unique as well, panning them left, panning them right, just to kind of give it more of like a surround sound. We finally came onto this mixer train, and to be honest, I have absolutely no idea what I was doing with this, but listen. First off, we went stereo enhancer to make it a little bit wider, added a compression. Then, this is the first time I've ever used auto-tune. I have no idea what I'm doing with this, yeah? I've just put it in the E minor scale, and I've just hoped for the best. I'm not really sure. I kind of messed around with some of these things as well. We added some Valhalla vintage verb, added some delay onto it, very cues. Finally started sounding like this. But listen, I'm so tone deaf that auto-tune can't even help me. I can tell that this is dreadfully off key, like this is not in key. Now, there's probably a way easier and more efficient way of doing this. Dragged all of these layers together, put them into one mixer track, rendered them into one waveform, and then we came into pitch corrector, and I started manually changing some of these notes up and down into the scale to help fit what I could hear, kind of. But when doing this, it makes me sound mad robotic and stuff, so I kind of messed it up, kind of. This was our final attempt, and this is what it started to sound like. I know it sounds very robotic. I can tell that the formant is off on this. It's not sounding good. I know it's not. But listen, this is my first attempt at ever trying to do this. Now that the vocals are done, I wanted to keep going with the melody. First things first, I actually need to be sponsored by Balkan Ethnic Orchestra, because what do you think we added? Of course, we just added in. I think it fits perfectly. Next, I was feeling some like churchy kind of vibe, gospel organ, and we just laid a chord progression like this. Next, we took a violin phrase that started off sounding like this, and we mixed it into this. I wanted to add like a B section to the melody, so we went into arcade and I took some vocals that just kind of sounded like this. Something like that, so it came out like this. All right, now finally to try to add some drums onto this. Of course, this FLP will always be on my Patreon. So if you're looking to get into this FLP on how I mixed anything here or how I mix my drums, it's all over on my Patreon. Just rounded out the loop. I'm just gonna go like this for now. You know what? We actually kind of want to hit the hi-hat off the snare, if that makes sense. So I'm gonna put down the snare. So as you can see, every time that the snare is hitting, there's going to be some notes kind of before the snare and after the snare. I'm going to add in a sub bass, just probably for the intro. Oh, I can already hear all the people in the comments saying, oh my god, your sub bass is so out of key. Your 808 is out of key, bro. Alright, we're in E minor, so... Alright, that definitely ain't it. Chord was E to C, wasn't it? It was like C, B, like this, I think. Oh, it was like this. That was that. Next, we're gonna add a perk. This is how you add like a perk bounce at like the end of the 8 bars. If you're not using like a fill and you want to create that kind of like perk bounce, you know what I mean? You want to envelope whatever perk you're using like this, so... And then you're able to create like rapid short notes just like that. The key thing you want to do is mess with the velocities and mess with the panning until you get something sounding like that. We want to turn this down a little bit. And last but not least, we're going to take out the sub bass and we're going to put in the Empire 808. I need to turn down them kicks a little more. Alright, this is how I think I will arrange it. I'm going to turn back on the sub bass. I need to turn these down a little bit. No, they're alright. I don't know how I feel about it, man. I feel like for my first attempt it's alright, but I don't really like how robotic the choir is actually sounding. It doesn't sound very natural and humanish. I do want to attempt this again. I kind of need to do some more research. If anyone has any suggestions in the comments on how I should have done this, please let me know in the comments. But yeah, if you've enjoyed this, like I said, we're trying to hit 500 likes in this video. I would appreciate it if you drop a like. If you're new around here, hit the subscribe button, man. We're literally about to hit 15k. If you're trying to copy any of my drum kits, in the description, my Patreon in the description, all my socials in the description. Run me up on Instagram and Twitch, because they're the only two things I care about. I'm out. Good luck. See you later. Bow.